It started with a friendship bracelet and a phone number that never got delivered. It turned into the most watched romance in the world. And now, with a cushion-cut diamond ring on her finger and a castle being built inside Madison Square Garden as we speak, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are days away from a wedding that is shaping up to be the closest thing America has ever had to a royal event. Today we are going through the whole story, from the beginning, through the engagement, and right up to the extraordinary details emerging about what July 3rd is going to look like. Let's go back to where it actually started. The summer of 2023. Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs and one of the most decorated players in NFL history, bought tickets to one of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour shows at Arrowhead Stadium. He showed up with a plan. He had made a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it, intending to hand it to her backstage. The problem, as he later told it on his New Heights podcast with his brother Jason, was that Swift doesn't meet anyone before or after shows to protect her voice. She has 44 songs to sing. He never got close. He described himself as a little butthurt about it and left without making contact. What happened next is the part that changed everything. Swift's team, or possibly someone in her family circle, put Kelce on her radar. She reached out. They talked for a while before they ever met in person. And on September 24, 2023, Taylor Swift walked into Arrowhead Stadium to watch a Kansas City Chiefs game, sitting in a suite with Kelce's mother, Donna. The cameras found her immediately. The internet collapsed. The NFL saw its ratings climb to historic levels within weeks. A pop star had walked into a football stadium and, without a single announcement, created one of the most talked-about celebrity moments of the decade. Swift made it official herself, in the way only she can. At a Buenos Aires stop on the Eras Tour in November 2023, she changed the lyrics to Karma mid-performance, singing that Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Then she kissed Kelce on stage in front of a stadium full of fans. It was not subtle. It was not meant to be. What followed was nearly 2 years of a relationship played out partly in stadium suites, partly on international tour stops, and partly through the quiet, deliberate way they showed up for each other in public. Kelce flew to Argentina for the tour. Swift was at games. He flew to Australia. She was back at games. When the Chiefs won the AFC Championship in January 2025, the cameras caught her on the field, and Swift said directly into a microphone, "This is not a real-life situation." She was not wrong. The Grammys in February 2025 were one of the more quietly telling moments of the whole relationship. Kelce couldn't attend because the Super Bowl was a week away. Swift showed up alone, wearing a red dress in the color of his team with a chain hanging over her thigh featuring a dangling T-charm. She did not say a single word about it. She didn't need to. Before the Super Bowl, Kelce's father Ed gave an interview where he talked about what came next for the two of them. Once they got past football season and the tour, he said, it was going to be a really good period of time for just the two of them, connecting more. He said it could only be a good thing. He was right, but the story got even better before they got to that quiet stretch. On June 23, 2024, Kelce appeared on stage at Taylor Swift's Wembley Stadium show in London. He walked out in a full Victorian tuxedo with a black tailcoat and top hat, carried her to a couch as part of the theatrical interlude for I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and left the stage without a word. The moment went viral globally within minutes. He called the tour absolutely unbelievable on his podcast the following week. That surprise appearance later won Favorite Surprise Guest at the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards, the first award the two of them accepted together as a couple. Then in December 2024, Swift's Eras Tour ended, closing out what became the highest-grossing concert tour in music history. Now they had time. If you are loving this story, subscribe right now. We cover the biggest celebrity moments in real time every single week, and this one is just getting to the good part. The early months of 2025 were, by all accounts, the period that brought them closest. Swift had been fighting for years to reclaim ownership of her original masters from the people who had sold them out from under her. In May 2025, she finally won. She purchased the rights to her first 6 albums. When the news came through, she said later in an appearance on New Heights that she collapsed crying into Kelce's arms the moment she found out. He went on the podcast that week and told listeners she just bought all her music back, so it's finally hers. He sounded like a proud kid on Christmas. In June 2025, they appeared at Tight End University in Nashville, Kelce's annual summit for NFL tight ends, and Swift did something that no one saw coming. She walked on stage and, with no practice, sang "Shake It Off" alongside Kane Brown and his band. Kelce later told the story with the kind of glee that only someone genuinely in love with watching someone else be extraordinary could muster. He pointed out that she didn't even rehearse, then just got up there and did it. That same month, they made their first deliberately posed public appearance together at his Tight Ends and Friends concert at Brooklyn Bowl, Nashville. After nearly 2 years of paparazzi shots and stadium appearances, they finally stood together for a red carpet moment and let the cameras have it. Then, on August 26, 2025, they announced their engagement. The joint Instagram post went up and immediately broke the internet. The carousel showed Kelce on one knee, the couple embracing in a floral outdoor setting, and a close-up of Swift's ring, a cushion cut diamond on a gold band. The caption read simply, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." The following week on New Heights, Jason Kelce opened with Travis, "We gotta talk about it." Travis described himself as giddy. In a separate appearance on the podcast, Swift had joked that she owed a lot to New Heights, saying Travis had basically used it as his personal dating app when he talked about the friendship bracelet 2 years earlier. 2 months later, in October 2025, Swift released The Life of a Showgirl, her 15th studio album. It debuted at #1 with 4 million equivalent album units in its first week. The album's emotional landscape, full of joy and certainty and the feeling of having arrived somewhere, was widely read as a reflection of exactly where she was in her personal life. She did not confirm that. She didn't have to. And now, as of this week, the wedding is days away. Reports have placed the ceremony on July 3rd at Madison Square Garden in New York. No official confirmation has come from either Swift or Kelce, and none is expected before the day itself. But the venue is already in transformation. TMZ reported this week that a massive castle is being built inside a garden set at MSG, with construction crews hanging fabric from the ceiling, wrapping the perimeter of the arena floor and draping and unloading giant scenic pieces outside the venue marked Garden Party 1 and spray-painted GP. CBS News cameras caught the trucks arriving Monday. The footage spread across social media within hours. Sources close to the wedding told TMZ the legendary venue is being transformed into a full-blown fairy tale, which, if you know anything about Taylor Swift's relationship with fairy tale imagery, you know she has been building toward exactly this her entire career. Guests are reportedly required to sign electronic non-disclosure agreements before attending, and invitations are individually watermarked to prevent leaks. Security around MSG is expected to reach levels closer to a state visit than a traditional celebrity event. Swift reportedly reserved multiple venues around the country as potential decoys before the MSG plans solidified, which is very on-brand for someone who has made hiding Easter eggs in plain sight into a competitive sport. Wedding experts and devoted fans have been busy with predictions. The editorial director of The Knot told Yahoo she expects a deconstructed multi-venue celebration. A floral designer predicted overflowing arrangements, chandeliers, candlelight, and gold accents throughout. Fans have speculated about surprise performances from Ed Sheeran, Stevie Nicks, and NSYNC, the latter because Swift has spoken about her love for the group for years and because Travis Kelce would absolutely organize a surprise NSYNC performance if he thought it would make her laugh. One wedding professional told Yahoo that Swift is all about the big love and the fairy tale romance, and that whatever happens on July 3rd will be consistent with that from start to finish. What is confirmed? There is a castle going up inside Madison Square Garden right now. Crews are working around the clock. The woman who once wrote about enchanted evenings and castles crumbling and love stories that last forever is getting married in 3 days. Inside a venue her team has turned into exactly the kind of setting she wrote about before any of this was real. That is the full story. from a friendship bracelet that never got delivered to a castle being built in New York City as we speak. If you want to be here when we cover what actually happens on July 3rd, the next video is already waiting. Go watch it now. We will see you there.